My name is Makai Carter. I was born in Victorville, California. I live in Los Angeles, California, and Brooklyn, New York right now, and I'm a photographer.
My name is Kelechi Menalong, also known as Sticky J. I'm a creative, photographer, strategist.
My name is AQ. I'm from Los Angeles, California, recording artist. Been doing it for about 4.5 years now.
Hello, my name is Timmy Sola. I am the CEO of Dr. O Beauty. I manage TikTok accounts for companies and individuals. I work on content creation and marketing for popcorn, and I'm a content creator and influencer / model on the side.
You know, as I just progressed on my journey, I just realized, okay, like, I'm in this right now, I'm an artist, so just accept it, embrace it, and just, continue going. So I had a time where I realized, like, for example, I was doing photos, so the photos started taking off, so I had to figure out, this is getting serious, so I'm an artist now, so pretty much.
I don't think it ever really hit me. I just know that in college I gravitated towards a lot of creatives, so many different types of creatives, and no matter what they were doing, I always had an input and opinion on how to make it better, how to improve it. Then I started to just be asked for my opinions about a lot of different things going on in that creative world, and I try to figure out, like, how can I have a career out of just having great ideas? Like, in school, they would always tell us these very technical type of professions, but there's so many professions out there that I had no clue about. Like, I didn't know about being a creative director, and that essentially is somebody with really great ideas and just can understand people, understand ideas, understand how things work together and how it's going to look to the public, and just finding people to help them implement these ideas. And so that's what I realized, like, oh shit, I like doing this. But I was focusing more on modeling and content creation. But this past year, I started to focus more on, like, what's gonna happen after modeling. Like, not a lot of 28-year-old models are being booked for a lot of things, and I'm 25 right now, so I was like, I don't really have that much time to just focus on modeling. I'm trying to expand my brand. I'm trying to be a little mogul or some shit.
I knew I wanted to be an artist when I was a senior in college. It was then where I trusted my gut for my senior thesis and really dived into seeing representation in the work that I was creating. For example, I stumbled upon a lot of my dad's photographs from the 70s when he was on tour for Vietnam War. And a lot of those photos gave me inspiration into just snapshots and documentation of just, like, everyday life. But I think what stood out the most to me during that time was Black Power, and how that was so pivotal in everything that you saw through the people's clothes, through their hair, and through the messages that they shown even through their poses, with the Black Power fist, and other references like that. I think that was a big inspiration, and I think it helped me mold into what I wanted to do with my own work.
I knew I wanted to be an artist after I stopped playing basketball. I love being in front of the camera, and I love being able to express yourself over an instrumental, and the fact that people can listen to you and feel certain type of emotions that I was feeling, and I know they're feeling the same thing. I think that's the dopest thing in the world. When I was in college, I saw Drake performing, and I was looking in the crowd like, damn, I know I could be up there, And the second one was, I'm getting a haircut one time by my barber, and then he like, man, spit a freestyle. And then after that, he like, man, I think you should take this shit serious, bro. And I'm like, I was still kind of on the fence, And then I took it serious, and it was a way for me to vent, like, on the beat, the actual beat, and for people to actually hear what I'm talking about. And then after that, I just ran with it, honestly.
I think technically it's evolved a bit, but also just my approach of the concepts and being more free with how I am creative and not limiting myself on self-doubt. Now I think a lot more before I approach a shoot, but I also try to find that freedom that I had when I was starting to first shoot.
I was always focusing on modeling, and I never really cared about making family-friendly content. The bulk of the content is about me and my family, so I try to keep that content really clean. You know, my family, we all cuss in the house, so there's gonna be times where you hear cuss words, but for the most part, it's pretty clean content. And I enjoy getting messages from people when they're talking about the tough things that they're going through, whether it be sickness or dealing with loss, and them saying that our TikTok account is what really makes their day. They can be super sad all day long and then just watch our accounts and our TikToks and be so happy. And so I've tried to keep that really clean, and that's something that I never cared about prior to making TikToks with my family. I never cared about making family content. But as I'm getting older, it's something that I'm being way more aware of.
Man, my work has evolved drastically from the first time I started. I thought about being like the rapper's rapper. When I say that, I'm talking my age group: Davies, Meek Mill, Jay-Z, if you want to say. But now I'm more melodic. I have a distinct sound and message that I'm trying to get across and convey. I love being around women. I love being around the flashy lifestyle of things, and I just know how to convey that very clearly on a beat now.
I would say my work has evolved since I started because I really picked up a camera and like started taking it serious like around 2018, 19, like after I graduated from school. So I would say, you know, as I started shooting then, you know, just shooting my friends, you know, anybody around me, to, you know, being on the scene, shooting artists, you know, people who I looked up to, listening to, you know, anybody who just inspired me. You know, I think my work has evolved so much, you know, and then now moving into, you know, more fashion, editorial style portraits, you know, I think my work really has evolved from, you know, coming into my own work and just realizing, you know, this is what I'm meant to do. Man, there's a couple I want to work with. First, for one, Currency and Wiz Khalifa. Those are like, Currency is my favorite artist. And for me, like when I take photos, for example, I like really, you know, understanding who I'm shooting, you know, so like whether I'm on the scene shooting somebody that like inspired me, whether I'm listening to them, you know, their music. Currency is somebody I listened to, you know, growing up. So for me, I want to do a photo shoot with him, Wiz Khalifa as well, even them two together. But you know, I love New Orleans, so for me, I think I want to work with them for sure. Erykah Badu. As far as brands, Visco, Doc Martens, hit me up because I got an idea because I'm trying to work with them.
The one person I want to work with is, hands down, Future. I want to make a project with my guy. Our sounds would mesh perfectly together, and the message that I want to convey, he's done it for years, tenfold. And I think if we did things together and collaboratively, it would sound amazing.
The person I want to work with, hands down, is Issa Rae. Like, she is my role model, my idol. I think the way her career is going, the way she was able to set herself up is amazing. She's literally doing what I want to do. And so if I can, I will wash her car, I will get her coffee. I don't care, like, I just want to work with her. I just want to be able to shadow her and just see how she works, because she's just so poised, and I feel like everybody loves her, but she just seems so authentic at the same time. And people like that really fascinate me. And people who aren't afraid to do multiple things, because I do multiple things, and they just refuse to wear one hat. Those type of people are so fascinating to me, because that's exactly what I want to be. So Issa Rae, hands down. There's no other person I like. I mean, there's other people I want to work with, but Issa Rae would be my first choice.
Someone I haven't worked with yet, but that I would love to, is Beyonce. I think her work ethic is something that I admire and something that I think that we would get along with, and also just the fact that she's been such an inspiration musically for such a long time, I think is another impactful thing that makes me want to work with her as well.
For me, for a long set day, I'm a pretty simple guy, so probably a lot of film, a lot of batteries, some food, make sure I gotta eat, stay hydrated, water, snacks, and probably assistance, just with lighting and just anything else to help me bring the visual to life. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
For a long set day, I need a few things, not too many. Water for one, jalapeno chips, hot and spicy, the green bag. 3, tequila, reposado, and 4, whatever the crew wants.
For me, I'll be good with a mimosa or two and some food. As long as I'm fed and there's like something there to kind of give me a little bit more energy, make me loose, because sometimes on set I can get a little shy, a little nervous. So having a mimosa on set kind of just loosens you up. You start talking with people, you start networking a lot smoother. So a mimosa and some food is all I need for a long set.
For a long set day, I need a good playlist to keep the vibes going. I think that's super important, not just for me, but for the people that we're shooting, for the people on set to keep the energy going. A lot of water for everyone to keep everyone hydrated, especially if you're in the sun all day, or just standing around kind of just on your feet. You need to stay hydrated. Also black tea or coffee, just to keep my energy going too, if it's a really long set day. And that's about it. I think I just try to keep the same momentum going throughout the whole day to keep the shots consistent, because sometimes they'll deplete after lunch and then I'll be really tired. So I think just the water and keeping that energy going really keeps it consistent.
Having a support system means everything to me. Coming from a basketball background, I'm used to being team-oriented, the locker room vibes, you know what I'm saying? But having a team and support system is everything. You can't do everything by yourself. You need help. I don't care what no one says. Whatever you're trying to do, you need help. I appreciate the people who are helping me and the people that are in my life to do so.
I have a big support system. My family, my friends, they really push me and help me grow, help me elevate my game, just constantly letting me know that, my photos are getting better, that it just really helps me keep creating and just, pushing on my journey. So yeah, my family and friends really help me a lot.
I do have a support system. My family, they support me. I feel like half the time they don't really know what I have going on though. So sometimes that's frustrating, but I'm really close to my family. But I've tried to kind of be my own support system in a way. I've tried my hardest to just be very content with myself, content with my dreams, content with my goals, not taking myself too seriously, not letting myself be so obsessed with doing something right or perfectly. Like now I'm just in the stage of life where I'm just like, get it done, just start it. And then as you get better at it, you're just gonna get better at it and things are gonna go a lot smoothly. But I think for the longest time, I looked to other people for validation. I looked to other people to be my support. I would be that person that would have to like call and vent about something anytime something went wrong to one of my friends. And now it's just like, I just deal with the shit that I got going on and I keep it pushing. And so yes, I do have a support system, but I've tried my hardest to kind of support myself emotionally. And I feel like you have to be creative. You have to learn how to have that thick skin and that self-assurance to be able to make it.
I would say probably the toughest thing for me to, and I would probably say a lot of creators can agree with me, is probably just consistently staying creative. Just a lot of people sometimes get in creative blocks. So for me, just continuing creating constantly, whether it's good or bad, just keep working out the kinks and then, just keep pushing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think the toughest challenge is 2 of them. Two challenges that I'm like, one being people don't really take the music seriously how I want it to go. Everything is about numbers and gimmicks, and I'm in the middle of, I'm young enough to understand it, but I'm also old enough to be like, I'm not fucking with that. That's one. And then two is trying to find support to help you, whether it be money, whether it be management, whether it be anything that you need help with. But those are the two things I would say. The gimmicks and the appreciation of actual real artistry and talent.
My mental health, definitely. Like, I spent all of 2020 getting my mental health right, becoming content with who I am, understanding my strengths and weaknesses, learning how to move with these strengths and weaknesses. But my mental health was a real challenge at a certain point, and I didn't realize how much it was holding me back in life until I made a deliberate effort to strengthen it. So yeah, that was like my biggest challenge. But then coupled with that was also coming to terms with the fact that majority of the life advice that I'm given is from people who are living lives that I don't even aspire to. I feel like there's a expectation for you to, go to college, get a cool job, 9-to-5 job, and then whatever creative things that you have, push that to the side and you do that on your weekends, on your vacations after work. But you're supposed to like prioritize this 9-to-5 lifestyle. And then I realized like I will never get where I want to be if I prioritize that 9-to-5 lifestyle. And then every person that's given me this advice, none of them end up being successful in these creative things that they swore they were doing on their weekends. So I was like, I'm not taking that advice anymore. But that came with a lot of people talking down to me.
I think the toughest challenge so far has been finding a balance between personal and commercial work, and finding a balance financially into what's important, and to how to manage a small business, or how to do those types of things. I think I wasn't taught that in school, how to even like start an LLC, how to manage business files, how to do taxes like that, how to invest properly. And I think that's something that I think everyone should look into early on before starting any type of photography or any type of creative business, because there's a lot of loopholes or traps that you don't see at first, and then when you're in it, it takes a while to get out of it. So that's something that I think was tough for me to learn creatively.